you let me down, la-da-da, la-da-da, but I got up, la-da-da, la-da-da, and I got high, la-da-da, la-da-da, as a kite, la-da-da-da. I have been down before, I let it close my doors. I have been down before, I let it, la-da-da, close my doors. But I've got power now in these little leaves, la-da-da, la-da-da, and I stand stronger now, strong as trees, la-da-da-da. You let me down, la-da-da, la-da-da, but I got high, and I got high as a kite, la-da-da-da.
Everyone is waiting on a train like revolution. Take us all to a place where there's one simple solution. Only no coincidence that bliss and ignorance walk hand in hand. And the revolutionists and the anarchists can agree on common politics, or decide which side of this city will burn down tonight.
I'd been out to the West Coast during the summers just to work on farms. Headed back in the winter, you know, and I really tried to stay through a whole winter in California. That was my goal. I was like, I'm going to make it through, I'm going to work on the next farm this summer, I'm going to just keep it going. And I went to San Francisco to be my winter base, and as anybody who's ever been to San Francisco knows, it's incredibly expensive, incredibly difficult to find work, and housing is really high, and it just really wasn't that doable for the amount of money I had saved with me and for having 4 pets at the time, and you know, it just wasn't really that doable. And my parents had just moved to Oregon. They kind of were like, well, we're moving into a new house. If you came up and gave us some help, you could like, crash with us and look for some work, you know, it could be cool, you know? I was like, hell, you know, I've never been to Portland. Sure, I mean, I'll give it a try, you know? So I came up to Portland, and as cool as Portland was, it was a little disappointing to come up here and be like, crashing with my parents, and I'm here, and you know, it's not really the lifestyle I thought I was going to have. Fairly quickly, within a couple months, started adventuring more in Portland, and really realized immediately that's where I wanted to work and where I wanted to live. And I didn't really know how to reach out and how to do stuff, and I started doing a bunch of research online about like nightlife in Portland and all that kind of stuff that you usually do when you're in a foreign city, you know. And all I could really find was open mics. And I was like, wow, I've always been really afraid to do those. I don't know if I can do that. And so I actually purposely chose an area that I thought seemed really remote, and that was the St. John's area. It seemed like nobody's really out there. It's not even really like this big city area. I mean, it's kind of this neighborhoody area. And I found the Mox Crest little open mic, and I went down there, and I signed my name up, purposely like way down on the sheet, even though nobody else had signed up yet. And I was like, no, I'm not the first one. You can't do that. I'm not gonna do that. And I just like, you know, like drank back a few beers and like hung out and like considered whether or not I should even like just leave, you know. I was like so nervous. But it was a really small group, and it just seemed like a really friendly group, and everybody just seemed like they were enjoying themselves, and you know, really non-pretentious group of people. And so it was like, well, you know what the hell, I'm just gonna get up and do it. So I played like 3 or 4 songs, and as soon as I got off stage, I was invited by a group of the older guys that were kind of running the thing, these blues guys, to go back to their barbecue that weekend, which is like a couple days later, and you know, play for their whole party and everything. And you know, no money, but you know, come in and enjoy yourself, get some beer, have some food. And I did my little thing, and I only played like 3 or 4 songs, and everybody clapped for me, and that was like one of the first times I'd actually heard like an audience clapping, because I was like, this is really wild, you know, this is really interesting, and it's really cool, like, to have these people actually looking at you and interested in what you're saying. And it was all my original stuff, which I'd also never done. I'd never done like a set with no covers, you know. It was like, it's just stuff I had written. And then they said, you know, the after party's at Slim's, and so I went back to Slim's. That's where I met Gabe. I didn't even know I was meeting my future boyfriend. Everything kind of started making more sense and sort of coming together around that time, and that was like literally almost exactly 2 years to this day.
quite contrary. Show me how your garden grows, says Iago. I wanna grow with you, that's what I wanna do. You beseech me, convince me easily, that's what you do. Well, I never meant to hurt you, never meant to break you down. I never meant to let you down. It happened naturally, you call me gravity, you call me Jezebel, oh, Jezebel. If I was the queen of the universe, I would spell everything phonetically, that's what I would do first. But then I'd take away all of the hate and the pain, and nothing would remain, just you and me, a boy and a girl in a non-existent world. And maybe you would see, maybe you would see, you will never be happy. If conflict's what you feel.
Living with Gabe is amazing. I mean, I love the fact that like while I'm doing dishes, like I'll actually like have to shut off the water and go in the other room and turn off the music I'm playing because I can hear him outside practicing. I want to hear what he's playing. You know, I want to like open the Windows ladder and like not even let him know that I'm listening.
Never meant to let you down. It happened naturally. They call me gravity, you call me Jezebel. Oh, well, is that
Creative and passionate and thoughtful. And it also really helps as far as the fact that he really understands when I have something that I want to do on stage, or if I'm nervous about something that I'm about to go and play, or I need somebody to listen to the same song 6 times and tell me which time sounded better. I mean, he actually gets it. He's not just there being like, well, I don't know, sounds good, babe. I mean, he's a musician. He can actually sit there and listen to me and be like, well, what exactly were you doing with your finger on that one part? Because I don't know about that, you know, or, you know, your voice sounded good that part, but you're trying too hard on this, or he actually has the ability to tell me things that aren't just opinion-based, they're actually, you know, knowledge-based, you know, which both are really, really helpful, and I don't know, I love living with my musician. I think it's good.
When she first started doing these open mics and stuff, she would always close the show with One Morning in May, and that's her like a cappella piece. And I've seen this happen like numerous times where like Slim's is one of the most rowdy, tough, like loud bars. People don't give a shit who's on stage, you know, so they'll just keep on talking over whoever's on stage and whatnot. She could silence that bar instantaneously with the second that she opened up her voice with that first note when she started singing. And it's quite remarkable to see like a bar just go and a bunch of drunks actually look up from their beer or whiskey for a moment just to see this beautiful angel on stage for the most part, and everyone becomes speechless.
Yeah, she does bring the house down with that one. I think one of the first times we ever hung out, she sang that a cappella in my garage, which was really cool. We were all hammered and hanging out there in the garage, and she busted into that. And Celia has a very expressive voice, and she's got a unique style. And, you know, those are some of the better aspects of what she does for sure. I really enjoy the drama in her music, and I like how she's not afraid to put things together. They're dramatic and, you know, sensitive.
I think she's definitely got a lot of potential. Like right now, I feel like we're trying to get her used to playing with a band. You know, it's like every time we get together, she kind of like opens up a little more, and you can kind of see like she's becoming more comfortable with other people like playing the music, and she's freed up a lot not having to play guitar and sing at the same time.
this upcoming show on the 20th, the August 20th show, this is gonna be the second time ever in my entire life that I've played at the band. And even when I was like practicing with the guys, like the first practice we had, when I showed up, I was like so painfully anxious and nervous because I just never played with people like that, where it's like, I have a drummer? He's gonna wait for me? Like, he's learning my stuff? I have a keyboard? What? I have these people that are gonna be playing my music? Like, oh my God. And not just people, I mean, I have like some of the most talented folks in St. John's. I mean, just amazing people. Anthony, Kobe, Hawkins, Sam, like these are amazing, amazing band members, you know, and the fact that they're willing to do my music is really breathtaking and amazing, and I'm so proud to be there for that.
Oh, my solo. Yeah. That's the part I'm talking about.
That's like the chorus, that's why.
Okay, that's the chorus. I'm sorry. Anthony, there's that little booty he just strings out on the guitar. When we go to that D flat chorus, just hold the chord like behind him. Bang. Let's try to get that same thing again.
It's just like a bunch of friends hanging out and playing tunes, and I like Celia's music, so it made it easy to want to learn the songs, to like get involved with them, and then like the whole band itself worked together really well as like just a musical machine, if you will.
But especially up here in like North Portland and especially St. John's and everything, I've found that everybody, even if they're doing a radically different type of music as me, they still have the same concept. And it's just like, hey, if somebody pays me money for this eventually, that would be rad. If nobody ever does, it's still rad that I was able to get up here and do this. And, you know, I just want the experience, and I want the ability to, you know, speak my mind a little bit, you know, and have somebody listen.
Instead of just playing by herself with like a guitar, she's playing with Sam more. Now she has a band, and it's just like, once there was just this girl who was just sitting in a room clapping and snapping her fingers, you know, and now she's like pretty much owning the stage and she's a star. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, you got some ghost to burn, got some bridges left to burn. Yeah, you got a lot to say, and no one to say it to. A stupid me just on my way, and accidentally in front of you, but all I hear is la da 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 la da 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 da. Hey, la da 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 da. Hey, la da da. All I wanna do is eat my breakfast. All I wanna do is bitch and want this coffee can counteract your madness. Oh, won't you give me back some of my precious time? Oh, won't you give me back some of my precious time? La da da, hey, la da 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 da, hey, la da da. Wasted life, we made it legal. You have a wasted life of crime. Wasted life, we made it legal. You have a wasted life of crime. Wasted life, we made it legal. You have a wasted life of crime. Wasted life, we made it legal. You have a wasted life of la da da, hey, la da 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 da, hey, la da da. Green lizards scattered from your feet. Go and tell all your friends of who they're about to meet. You got that look in your eye, can tell what's on your mind. But I never walk so fast. I never walk so fast.